So fast forward 3.5 years in, we've just kind of built a community around kindness and giving back. And it doesn't really matter what products we sell, although we do sell giftable, eco-conscious items like socks and stuff. But at the same time, it's mainly about kind of doing good and feeling great.
Orbiting 250 miles above, the space station provides us with the ultimate view of planet Earth. From this perspective, we ask our guests to engage with 6 questions that orbit around wonder and stories of hopefulness. For the next few minutes, this is our Wonderspace.
Welcome to the 122nd episode of the Wonderspace Podcast. My name is Steve Cole, and over the past 3 years, I have asked the same 6 questions to amazing people from around the world. Questions that orbit around wonder and stories of hopefulness. This week on Wonderspace, we orbit with 2 entrepreneurs, Joey Lee and Thuta Khin. After meeting at business school, Joey and Thuta founded Leiho with a mission to help improve the quality of life for people experiencing homelessness through their eco-conscious store. Joey and Thuta were nominated by Joshua Coombes, who is a big fan of their work and was featured in episode 79 on Wonderspace. With this expansive overview of Earth, I start by asking Joey and Thuta, if we could do a fly past over any part of the world that is significant to you, which place, city or country would it be and why?
For me, would be home. And that's basically my home country where I was born, which is Myanmar. It's in Southeast Asia, for those who don't know. And mainly, I've been away for over since COVID now. So I really miss it, the food, the culture, and the beautiful nature. And I think not enough people know about my country. And I think that should change. So that's why I chose that for this question.
Yeah, I love Myanmar. I've been as well, and I can back Thuta. It is very underrated. It is beautiful, and the people there are so nice. I would say mine would probably be Wadi Rum in Jordan. I went with my family a couple of years ago, and it was the first holiday where we all kind of met up and went together. I think I've got like a 14-year age gap with my older sister. So I think it's just like timing wise, all of our lives are so busy. So I think it was just such a beautiful experience, such a beautiful place. And something about a desert is just so like breathtaking.
Joey and Thuta, give us a glimpse into your life stories so far, with an emphasis on what you are doing currently.
I would say on a bit of a personal discovery journey. I came out of like a rut over the past, I would say like 2 to 3 years of like just a lot of uncertainty, negativity, and just like unworthiness. And I feel like a lot of my teenage years and like early 20s, I had a lot of unaddressed insecurities and like trauma and issues. And I think in general, I suppressed that a lot. And that affected my relationship with myself and also with work as well. But over the past couple of months, I would say I've been focusing a lot on building a more meaningful life and trying to like address those issues. And I think that has just created so much more meaning and passion towards Leiho. Thuta will tell you a little bit more about Leiho, but we basically wanted to build a business that helped inspire people in need and inspire future generations and just to look out for each other, because I think the world is getting a little bit scary now. And I think we wanted to build a brand that like encouraged a lot of communities to come together and just a brand that does good. So yeah. Thuta, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about Leiho?
Absolutely. So, very exciting, to have this opportunity to run this social enterprise together with my friend. And we met in just a little backstory. So we met in 2018 during our masters. Joey and I, we were on the same course, but we didn't really hang out. And then we both just ended up, I believe, in like an entrepreneurship seminar, and then kind of bonded over the fact that we wanted to start something with a purpose. And through that, we kind of dipped our toes in different avenues in terms of like mental health and homelessness and working with charities and stuff. And then we kind of just formulated a business model around socks that give back to local vulnerable communities. A bit of an odd one coming from 2 girls not even from the UK, but we just thought, okay, we don't want to think too much about it. We're just going to dive in and then do whatever it takes to kind of make a difference. So fast forward 3.5 years in, we've just kind of built a community around kindness and giving back. And it doesn't really matter what products we sell, although we do sell giftable, eco-conscious items like socks and stuff. But at the same time, it's mainly about kind of doing good and feeling great. So that kind of relates to what Joey was saying about, taking better care of yourself as well, and having a better understanding of yourself, being more kind to yourself, which then allows you to be kind to other people as well. So we want to kind of create that ripple effect. So yeah, that's Leiho at the moment. And we have many plans for the future. So hopefully some exciting stuff you'll hear about.
Yeah. And just to give context, so when you make a purchase with Leiho, 5% of that helps us fund loads of impact projects. So we do like employment for people experiencing homelessness, or we've got an upcoming one with vulnerable women, so like vulnerable single mothers. And we also do like care packages as well. So lots of homeless shelters need like clean socks, underwear, toiletries, or a hot meal. So we provide that. And I think there's something just so amazing about being able to build a brand that can get your community and customers to be a part of that giving side, because you could just donate 5% to a charity and not know where it goes. Whereas we literally take that 5% and we decide what we want to do with it and collaborate with different organizations.
Where on earth is your place of reset or recharge?
My place of reset or recharge would probably just be anywhere within nature. So for example, parks, mountains, beach, wherever I can just connect with the earth, the trees, and kind of feel the clean breeze. So because our day-to-day is very fast-paced and obviously always on the go, filled with technology. So anywhere away from that helps me kind of reset and recharge and kind of get back into, the routine.
Yeah, I would say I agree. Something about, mine would mainly be like the sound of waves. So anywhere like out in the sea, there's something about being underwater. I know it sounds really weird, but when I was a kid, I used to like hold my breath underwater and it just feels so peaceful and zen. It's like the muffled noises. It's like amazing. So now every time I go for a swim, it's just like, I can't wait to put my head underwater. And I feel like there are a lot of physiological and emotional benefits to it too. But yeah, I feel like going in the water and coming out already is just a reset.
What wonder of the natural world excites you the most?
I would say very similar. So I feel like the world we live in now is very fast paced. We force ourselves to, achieve this ideology of like perfection, wanting to do more, be more, and need more. But there's something so incredible about just like being in nature, sitting in the sun, feeling nature's like warm embrace, or just, looking at like the trees and just feeling like your worries are just like so much more like smaller now. And that I feel like nature just gives you that reassurance that things will get better from, just watching like the trees blossom over like seasons and stuff. So yeah, I feel like nature in itself is just so powerful.
Mine is a little bit more social, I guess. So just kind of the fact that perfect doesn't really exist, very similar to what Joey said, but also the fact that everyone is different, beautiful, and unique in their own ways. And through Leiho and also just through life, we've learned that it's our diverse range of skills and unique and talents and collective efforts that can really change the world for the better. So it's just to kind of embrace and acknowledge that. I think it's really important, and I would consider that as a natural wonder as well.
Whilst orbiting around wonder, here is another 1-minute wonder from our friends at Ask Nature, who look to nature for inspiration to solve design problems in a regenerative way.
Plants, like animals, breathe. Unlike animals, they take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. They also release water vapor that can even cause visible wisps of clouds to form above forests. This taking in and giving out occurs mostly through tiny pores on leaves and young stems, and each pore is controlled by 2 guard cells. Environmental and chemical signals such as strong sunlight and higher than average levels of carbon dioxide inside the cell can cause the pore to activate. In response to these signals, the guard cells take in sugars, potassium, and chloride ions through their membranes. This high concentration of substances attracts an influx of water as well. As the guard cells fill up, they take on kidney bean shapes, creating an opening between them through which gases can move between the plant's interior and the external environment. In turn, excess loss of water through the pores, such as during a drought, triggers chemical reactions that signal water and ions to leave the guard cells. The pair of cells deflate, becoming again like two balloons that fall flat and close up the pore.
Joey and Thuta, what is your story of hopefulness that's not your own, about a person, business or non-profit who are doing amazing things for the world?
So I think Thuta and I both have the same answer. We really admire this couple that we met a few years ago. I think when we started, we only started rekindling with them over, I guess, last year. But they basically run an organization called AR Food Project, and they dedicate and commit to helping vulnerable people every Thursday and Saturday. And that's around Croydon area. They give people like free food. It's almost like a free outdoor supermarket, a free hot meal. But their energy is just so inspirational. They always say like the energy you give is the energy you get. But over the past few years, we've just seen them grow. And they now have like projects in Uganda to help build orphanages and wells and provide a lot of aid and support for people in need. And it's just so amazing to see the kind of hearts that they have.
Yeah, they're amazing in terms of just the work that they do, and also their community of volunteers as well. Whenever we go and visit their soup kitchen, we always see kind of the same kind of volunteers coming back and dedicating their time to the cause and the things that they do. So I think, yeah, they're just all in all an inspirational organization. So definitely please check them out.
Finally, as we prepare to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, what insight, wisdom, or question would you like to leave with us?
I guess the big question for me personally is that the question of what can we as human beings really do to make a difference in this world? This revolves around any sort of aspect in your life, your career, your family, the planet as well. We all have a part to play, and I believe that the test in life is to find out what that is for ourselves.
I would leave people with a bit of insight and wisdom from things that I've learned from my bit of a personal journey. But I would say there's never too much to learn when you're in a bit of a rut. Find a new hobby, stimulate your mind, or do something exciting. I would say ask more questions and just learn from people. I love learning about people now because everyone has a really unique and fascinating story. And there is so much more to life than those tiny little screens. So I would say surround yourself with people who want the best for you, make you the best version of yourself, and just, people who inspire you. So yeah, be around people who naturally lift you up and you want to naturally lift up, I would say.
To find out more about the work of Leiho, go to leiho.co.uk. I want to thank Joey and Thuta for joining us on Wonderspace this week and for engaging with our 6 questions. I'll finish with a question to you, our listeners. What is your story of hopefulness that's not your own, about a person, business or non-profit who are doing amazing things for the world? A story that makes a name for someone else. Thanks for listening.